COP28 Dubai live. Look at this view, unbelievable. 1.5 Media, Innovators Magazine, Allied4Future. I'm here with Green Man, but he's also a good friend, a longtime good friend. Not only began in the Philippines, we did the Green Business Forum and Asian Development Bank in Manila. We did the Climate Reality in Manila. We've seen each other at several COPs. Your real name is Matthias Gelber, and you go by the Green Man. You wear a green shirt. You've written several books. Thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the audience about yourself and why you're here at COP again.
Great to see you as always, Mark, and it's good to be back at the COP. And at the end of the day, as a guy who told his late father when he was 16 years old, when Dad asked the question, how are you going to earn your money? I told my father, Dad, my job will be to save the planet. Okay, now we have a wider concept. It's planet, it's humanity, it's P, sustainability, ESG, decarbonisation, all of these things. But if you really want to make a difference, you have to play the game and be here, catch up with old buddies, be involved in the discussion, and work with actors that are actually going to make it happen. That's why I'm here.
I am so glad. You do tons of different things. So not only in the Philippines, not only in Asia Pacific, you're very active, but a lot of things around the world in the built environment. Why have you chosen to focus so much in the built environment?
You know, I was invited by UNEP in 2006 to a committee that looked at 40% of the world's carbon emission come from the built environment. It's building materials, it's building an operation, it's land use change. So there's a lot of good that we can do. And it happened that my buddy from university was working for a cement company and came up with a new low carbon binder system, but a cement company told him, don't do that. So we had to do it ourselves. And you know, that was 2006. Now it's mainstream. Even the cement guys know they need to decarbonize. And I attended a couple of cement events, and the cement guys are really moving now. The ACI, the American Concrete Institute, is working on a low carbon standard. So there's a lot of good stuff happening. And here in the UAE, one of the companies that I'm a huge raving fan of, I met them in March, is Desert Board, a local company that uses palm tree waste material. The date palms, you know, the beautiful ones. They don't cut a single tree, they just use the branches and the leaves and turn it in OSB boards. And a couple of booths here at the Energy Transition Hub and the International Finance Hub are using the material, and it's a carbon sink. The sequestration from the biomass is more than the carbon footprint of manufacturing. So, I mean, we can actually decarbonize the built environment with some low carbon solutions or even carbon sink solutions if we have bio-based materials. So it's exciting to be here and talk about these things. And another thing, I did a survey on cement. And you know, I think the lowest carbon cement at scale, 700,000 tons a year, is being manufactured, guess in which country?
Dubai.
No. Philippines! Can you believe it?
What?
Yes! And I asked the guy, Gilbert, why are you not making more noise? He said, you know, Matthias, I'm a mining guy. They won't believe me. But I did the figures. It's an extremely low carbon cement, and I think we need to let the world know some developing countries' solutions are better than the solutions from the developed world. And it's the cheapest cement at the same time.
Unbelievable. So it's always a breath of fresh air to hear what you're working on. You've got your finger on the pulse of what's moving. What is sustainable development? It's the circular economy, it's the built environment, it's better materials, the low carbon scenario. It's doing the built environment better, different, without emissions, without sinks, without problems, solving human suffering and our global grand challenges. So I'm so ecstatic to hear that you're talking about that. It's the biggest sector in the world for sustainable development.
Yeah.
It's the built environment. It's our future.
Yes.
What are we talking about? We're talking about sustainable futures, sustainable development. We're here at the COP asking the question, a COP half full. What is your optimistic perspective? What is really your glass half full, your COP half full? Since you've been here, what you've seen, all the other COPs, what's your hope and optimism?
You know, I see a huge driver that is happening outside of the state actors, which is the private sector. I spoke with a lot of local companies. Today I was at the booth of Aldar. Aldar has a net zero SBTI, Science-Based Target Initiative, compliant roadmap. A couple of the banks I spoke with here, they are all working on radical decarbonization in scope 1, which is their direct emission, scope 2, which is their energy indirect emission, and even scope 3, the things we buy or the loans we give as a bank to projects. So this is the ESG umbrella, this is the decarbonization umbrella. It's being driven by the big companies with the big money and the big funds and bankers who are saying, our scope 3 impact is the money we are lending. Are you, the project that we are giving money to, healing the planet or damaging it? So this is my cup that is getting fuller and fuller with real action on the ground, where we are not just talking here at a kind of COP level. We see companies putting those targets in practice and making it happen on the ground.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Wonderful. And it gives me a lot of hope and optimism. No matter how much controversy we're seeing here at the COP, it is really a game changer. Not only do we need to be here where the controversy is, with those solutions to make it better, with those innovations and the options for a better world. And I'm seeing ambitions and money, ambitions and solutions, innovations and the right people. And I'm glad to see and hear your enthusiasm for this and promoting and making us aware of the options. The last and hardest question I have for you is, what does a world that works for everyone look like for you? It's a 70-year-old question. It was asked by Buckminster Fuller, also in Expo City in Montreal, Canada, 1967. What does a world that works for everyone look like for you?
It's a world where we get a new breed of leadership. It's a regenerative world. It's a world where we are looking at the positive value that we can add to environment, planet, livelihoods, healing. It's a holistic approach where it's double materiality. Single materiality is the financial materiality, but double materiality is what good do we do in terms of social and environmental. Yes, ESG is controversial, but I think ESG is a big driver, and if we look at it holistically, and if we focus for negative impacts and risk to positive contributions, and we deliver that on a personal level, on a corporate level, on a government level, then we have a roadmap to positive impacts, healing that we can deliver. That is for me a world where everybody can have something, because we are not just taking from the planet and taking from people to maximize profits. We are looking at profitability and at the same time healing to planet and people.
Thank you for letting us all inside of your ideas. Matthias Gelber, Green Man, he's written a couple books, he's a wise man, he's doing the hard work and the activism. 1.5 Media, Innovators Magazine, and Allied4Future. Thank you so much, brother.
Good to see you, Mark. My pleasure. My pleasure.